subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Oh man, let me see who we got. Rodrigo Del Rio. Wait, okay, that's old boy. No, okay. This is okay. I was about to let you up and I realized who you were. Nope. I realized who you were. This is that damn Puerto Rican who claims to be. Let me get him on here. Get your ass up here, Rodrigo, because I'm out of here in your neck of the woods. I'm in New York. This is Puerto Rican who tries to claim to be FBA. Rodrigo, what's happening?
Yeah, I want to correct some of the misinformation I heard up here tonight.
What'd you hear?
I
This information.
Yeah, you saying that Mexico was a slave colony. The majority of Mexicans are indigenous. They're indigenous to the continent of North America.
Not really, but yeah, not really.
No, they are. They are. They just mixed with the Spanish. The Spanish came there and they started families there.
They had hundreds of thousands of Africans there. It was a slave colony.
No. Very few. It's not like the Caribbean. It's not like the Caribbean. It's not like the USA. They didn't have a lot of slaves go there.
They had hundreds of thousands of slaves there. Yes, they did.
You need to learn the history of Mexico. Mexico has a rich history of indigenous culture. Their food
And
is a part of the UNESCO.
slavery. Why did they have people? Why do they revere people like Gaspar Yanga? They got a big ass statue of a black slave or former slave who became a maroon up there in Yanga, Mexico. So what you talking about?
Yeah, but the
But
indigenous is so
the
strong. The culture of the indigenous is different than the Caribbean, than Brazil, and United States. It's not
what's
the
the
same.
what's the indigenous culture there?
The indigenous cultures, the food, like the maize, the corn is indigenous to Mexico. The tomatoes, the food is a lot of things that's
Yeah, a
indigenous
lot
to
of
the
that
continent.
from the African people, menudo, all of that stuff. Those are foods coming from the black folks.
Yeah,
The
it's not true. And I also
yeah,
want to
that is true. That is very true, sir.
I also want to correct some of the misinformation you gave about about the riots that's going on and everything. There's black people out there that's protesting. There's black people out there also looting. We seen it. The Latinos are telling them stop looting. We don't do that, and the black people are out there doing it. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, those are probably fellow tethers like you. Those are your fellow tethers, sir.
I'm not a tether. I
Yeah,
told you I'm not a tether before. I keep telling you, but it's misinformation for you to say
yeah.
that the black people are not out there doing it because black people
It's
look for
not.
any chance to
It's
loot.
it's not. It's not a lot of black people out there doing anything. And you got tethers, so yeah, just like you. And you're a tether. You try to pretend to be FBA. You're not FBA. We don't have accents like that. You got a Spanish accent. We don't have that, do we? What FBAs have Puerto Rican accents?
Tariq, you in New York right now. You around people who talk like me every day. This is a
Yeah,
New York
they're
accent.
called Dominicans. You're damn right I am. They're called Dominicans. I'm around a whole bunch of them. Yes, indeed. I just bought some empanadas from people who sound just like you earlier today. So you are correct, right? Huh? Come on, where you at, man?
You have me like triple muted. And to money who just came up here talking about we don't see representation with the Choctaws. We are indigenous to this continent. And this is why John Leguizamo, and this is why you see these figures coming out and embracing our heritage. I think the FBAs are jealous because we get to claim everything that we are. We get to claim our foundational Black American heritage. We
Well,
get
no. If you claim everything, then you can claim nothing. Yeah, and it don't work like that. If you claim everything, that means you can claim nothing. You dig?
we get to also claim our indigenous heritage and our European heritage. So I think a lot of the FBA you're jealous because
So you can't get it. You're not in any of the indigenous tribes. You can't go to Europe, and your ass is getting thrown out of here. So how does that work? You can,
as a foundational Black American, I can't get thrown out. I'm a New Yorker through and through.
how are you foundational and y'all getting thrown out of every damn place? How is that working? Huh? And y'all need us to come help you. How did that work?
No.
Huh?
Technically, I'm foundational because
No,
according to
no,
your
no.
man John Leguizamo, we built.
We ain't gotta look for ICE in the immigration truck. No, we don't. So yeah, you're not foundational. Just the fact that you have, when you see an ICE truck, you have to haul off running. We're different. Let me get C Killer in here. Please talk to this dude, C Killer. C Killer, unmute your microphone, brother.
What's going on, Tariq? This dude sounds like he got polyps in his nose or something with that damn accent. That he sounds terrible, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, this piece of shit, he's a liar. The damn people who are doing most of the looting out here are Latinos. It's always been like that. Latinos have always done the looting. Going back to the '90s riots, man, they were the ones doing most of the looting. We all know that. If you look at most of the footage now, most of those people are Latinos looting right now. Okay, so what he's talking about, and another thing is, speaking about the indigenous people mixed with the Hispanic people. Yeah, you're right, Tariq. They treat those people like crap. A lot of people didn't even know that they had Afro Mexicans,
Yeah.
until a few years ago. And then you have the problem is these people are mestizo people. Their blood is majority Spanish, like 60 to 70% Spanish.
Hmm.
And the rest is a mixture of Native American, not Native American, but Native Mexican and African.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
And it's like 5%, like small amounts.
Yeah.
So majority, that's they're Spanish people. They're not the same as the Choctaw. And they can't try to, those are two different sets of people, two different languages. They looked actually very different. They dress very different. The
Hmm.
only thing they had in common was probably corn. So they can't try to claim that. It's weird.
Yeah. My man, thank you so much. Yeah, we got more indigenous ancestry than y'all.
What you don't know, what you guys don't know is that Mexico, New Mexico, Colorado, California, all of this was a part of Mexico at one point.
But
You're on Mexican land. This is Spanish land. Florida, all
for
of this.
7 years until they got paid out, they got cashed out by the US government. They controlled that, and I say control in quotes, for 27 years. They didn't develop it, they didn't populate it, they didn't do anything with it, but they had to sell it to the US for 15 million of them things, and then ended up smoking the money up and came back. So yeah, stop it. All right.
We were still here first. You can't take that
Who
away
was
from
first?
us. We
Who was
still
here?
were here first. We
Who?
were foundational.
Who was we? Who was here first? Who? Who? You talking about we? How you here first and y'all had to immigrate here? How that work?
I never immigrated from anywhere.
Yeah.
No, no one in my family immigrated from anywhere.
Yeah, well, Puerto Rico, it became a territory of the U.S. later on down the line. But you're Spanish, sir. You were enslaved by the Spanish. So, the fellow immigrant Hispanics, many of them are immigrants. They had to immigrate here. So you're not foundational to something you had to immigrate to. That's a contradiction,
We
right?
were here from the beginning. We know Anita Baker. We know
No.
Stephanie Mills. We know all of the people, the Isley brothers. We were here from the beginning.
No, sir. No, 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 sir. You had to immigrate here.
No one in my family immigrated here. No
Yeah.
one.
The only
I
meal
can't think of
you
anyone.
you had to do a windmill to run your ass across that border. That's what you had to do. You were windmilling them feet to get across the border, sir. Let's tell the truth. Let's get Eric Johnson in the building. We got to get EJ in here to speak on this. Look, EJ disappeared. I wanted to get EJ up. Brother EJ disappeared. I wanted to get him up. But yeah, you were not. You
Eric Johnson is the last person I want to talk to. He blocked me, and he doesn't have the scholarship to even talk to me, to
oh,
converse with me.
what scholarship you got? Okay, why would they need a scholarship to talk to you? All right.
I went to Boricua College in the Bronx, and I went to Hostos.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So yes, you went to a community college and on a soccer scholarship, and you lost the scholarship because you got caught doing steroids. Okay, and let's get EJ. EJ, hop on in. Hop on in, EJ.
Spray Goya powder all over the place. So when you let this go back down, I come back up. I ain't finna talk to this.
Okay, Lord, Lord,
Yeah,
Lord.
he's not man enough to even speak to me because he blocked me. He's a bitch.
No, okay, no, no, because you do be trolling. You just be saying weird shit, and people they gonna block the trolling. But any last words, Rodrigo?
Yeah. I want to say that the black community needs to stand with the Latinos in and our land grab back, because the white man's gonna come for you next. He's not gonna stop at the Latinos. They're gonna come for the Asians. Everybody has their mouth shut when we're going through it. But you guys are next.
And then
You guys are next,
no,
and
no, we were
when you guys don't have nobody on your side.
we were first. We were first. They've already come at us, and we've already withstood that. So we're going to be good, sir. Y'all the ones crying for our help. We don't cry for nobody's help. We have to stand on business and handle our candle. We handle our business. Why don't you handle yours, sir?
We
Huh?
are handling our business. As you can see in LA, we're burning the flag. We're doing everything we have to do.
Yeah, and they're getting smashed down on right now. They're smashing down on them hard, and they're not really accomplishing anything. So
I,
how's it working?
I want to come back here in a couple of months, and I want to see all of you people like the rambunctious women like Nikki and Wani and all of these people talking shit when they come for you guys. All of you guys in this room that's advocating for the Latinos to go back. I want to see all you guys in a couple of months when you have no allies and no one on your side.
What allies did we have before?
The Latino community has always stood by you. Like Mexico, for
Man,
instance.
if you don't sit your ass down and be quiet, man, y'all organizations always told us to kick rocks. What are you talking about? Hispanic organizations have always told us to kick rocks. When have y'all allied with us? Lou
Vicente Guerrero, he allied with you when he let you guys come up.
Vicente Guerrero was black himself. He ended slavery, and the white Latinos killed his ass because he was going to make everything equal, and the racist ass white Mexicans killed him. He got assassinated by his own people. Don't bring him up. He was an outlier, and y'all got rid of him. So now, give me something else. Hmm? Vicente Guerrero was black.
No, he was indigenous.
Oh, he was, you're right, and that's black. There's a lot of black people are indigenous. They called him El Negro. They called him the black. He was black.
No. When you Google the
No, nothing. Don't sit here. You ain't gonna lie. I know history now. Vicente Guerrero was black. They called him El Negro for a reason. Hmm?
you have Fidel Castro. He has some of you on political asylum seekers. They
Mm-hmm.
went to Cuba.
Shout out to Fidel Castro. We were riding for Castro. Castro was getting some game from us, and we were getting some good stuff popping off with them. We would go down there and uh, kind of get sanctuary, and there was a lot of stuff going on. So shout out to Fidel Castro.
He called Cuba Afro Latin nation, and you guys, you can't discount that. That there's always been Pan Africanism, always, and you guys try to discount the Latin community as if we're not found there.
But hold on, but Fidel Castro, you had a lot of the white Latinos down there against Castro because they don't want no racial equality. They wanted a white hierarchy. That's why them Cubans, the minute they get their asses to Miami, they start sounding like Richard Damn Spencer. Yeah, they get real white and Republican. Miami's full of damn Republican goddamn Cubans. So let's not play that game, sir. All right?
But you're putting yourself on the island. You're calling yourself off from Africa. You're calling yourself off from the Latinos, and you have this self righteous attitude, and you're
Uh,
gonna back yourself off.
because we are self-righteous, man. We the only people who stand on business. Y'all ain't got nothing going on in Puerto Rico, except you fleeing your ass over here. You cut yourself off from Latin America. Y'all trying to get the hell out of there. You don't even want to be down there. You ain't getting nothing out of it. So what we gonna get out of it? Explain that.
I've told you my lineage.
Is Puerto Rican, sir. What are we gonna get from Puerto Rico? You ain't getting nothing out of it. Your ass is over here in Manhattan or Bronx somewhere. Hmm?
So why are you guys running to Puerto Rico? You guys, every chance you get, you guys run to Puerto Rico.
Who?
All of you guys.
Who?
They have people killing El Coqui.
Who is you guys going to Puerto? What the who? Who is you guys going to Puerto Rico? Who?
There was a case. There was a case.
Okay, dude, you just saying stuff. Who you? Ain't nobody going to Puerto Rico.
You guys are over there killing the native frogs, the El Coquin.
Who is you guys?
You guys, Americans.
Oh, okay. You know, them white people, they ain't us. We're not going over there. Foundation of Black American. Yeah, we're not going over there. So I don't know what you're talking about. Oh Lord. Okay, anyway, Rodrigo, you just saying shit because you done ran out of logic. You just saying shit. So get your ass out of here. All right, let's get Quisin. You should say that. Quisin.
Houston, how you doing, OG? How you doing,
What's,
King? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you, Houston?
I'm doing wonderful. Anytime we're on this side of the grass is always beautiful,
Yeah,
anytime.
my brother. What's on your mind?
Man, I just want to really add a reply to the last gentleman that was up here. And I am a firm believer of when we get to those golden gates, you know, we're our brothers and sisters. But there's this thing in the United States and just the world in general where, we are colonized. And not just that, as me being African American, Black American, descendants from African, Jamaican, and Haitian, what I notice is, and I'm going to say this with a lot of love, us blacks and browns, as they say, the browns is what I just learned about, the Hispanics. Um, I have a lot of Mexican buddies,
Mm.
and when you come from, and I mean no disrespect, but this is X. But when you come from the gutter, black, us as black people, our history was from the gutter, and now, you know, um, you have the choices of success depend on your predicament and mindset. But we all have came from the gutter, and Hispanics not having this type of love for us, but repping us, you hear it in their music. You hear it in the way they kind of like use their slang. You see it in their style. Not just that with Hispanics, just the world in general. Um, African Americans are staples. The world would not move without us. And I love every race. But everything originates with us. We are the originators, as the brethren would say. I can't think of his name right now. His song Tutti Frutti, I Rudy,
Little Rich.
Tutti Frutti, I Rudy,
Little,
bop dooby doo bop dop and bay. We're the originators. We're creative, and not just that, we inspire, and we're loving because we know how it feels to not be loved. And the thing with Hispanics is, if you look from the outside looking in, they view you with us, or sometimes in a sad case beneath us. Because right now you're going through, I say, a modernized slave.
thank you, brother. Okay, yeah, because you're trying to get your thoughts together and it's kind of all over the place. So yeah, it's kind of slowing the momentum up. But thank you, brother. I appreciate you. There's some things that you kind of disagree with, but it's cool. It's cool. It'll take all night. We'll be here for a few hours dismantling a lot of that. So, um, oh goodness. Okay, let's get Lips and Froze. Lips Froze in the building. Lips and Froze. Lips.
Hello?
What's up, Lips and Froze?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hey, it's me. My voice sounds better today.
Mm-hmm.
I got really offended when they started talking about the Choctaws because I definitely have Choctaw on both sides of my family, heavy. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how just because they're Indian, indigenous people, they cannot be black too. My
Right.
range of ancestry of the Choctaws in my family are very recent, very much One just recently passed, only spoke Choctaw and lived to be a very ripe old age.
Mm,
The ancestry on my side, on both sides of my family, ranged from like a very dark skinned people to like as dark as Lupita Nyong'o and to
mm,
like a lighter, ruddy red copper complexion.
mhm,
And it just irritates the hell out of me how when I see centers and there's this representation, and it's like, no, that's not what these people look like. I have photo albums of plenty of my people in these books, and we are Black, indigenous people here from this country. So it just really burns me when I hear these people talk about, oh, indigenous, 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 like Black people are not indigenous. It's just garbage. And what
yeah,
pisses me off too, as a California native, born and raised here, born in Los Angeles Hospital, is that I've actually seen how the Latino community treats Black people firsthand. I've worked in this city. I've left this city for years, went to other states, came back, same mess. They force you out of your job positions. You have to fight tooth and nail to stay in your positions, and it's systematic. And how dare they have the audacity to ask us to come and fight for them when they don't ally with us? There is
mm,
no Black and brown. The only Black and brown that's going down is in the bedroom behind closed doors and to come in their spaces and trick and spend off your money. Outside of
mm.
that, ain't nothing else popping.
Right. Yes, ma'am. That's nothing but facts. Thank you so much, beloved. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here because I'm gonna be up here all night. So listen, let me sign off. It was great to chop it up with everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, go to Hidden History Museum .com, and if you're in LA, go up to the Hidden History Museum tomorrow. If you're in LA, come up to the Hidden History Museum and get the book Hidden Heroes from A to Z at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Or you can go get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com and check out the film Microphone Check at microphonecheck.com. All right, I'm up out of here. Puppy Akute, Lola Vube to the family. Peace.
That's that root work flavor, bold and divine. Root work flavor, gotta get that shine. Root work flavor, feeling fresh and new. 'Cause root work deodorant chooses you. Smooth on the skin, class in your soul. You wear root work when you're in control.